Hello students. So I'm going to tell you about the IoT, which is a topic of unit 1, and we have already discussed that what is the IoT, and today we will discuss that what is the definition of the IoT and the characteristics of the IoT, which I have already told you in my last lecture in form of the graphical representation. So now today we will discuss about the definition. So a dynamic global network infrastructure with self-configuring capabilities based on standards and interoperable communication protocols where physical and virtual things have identities, physical attributes and virtual personalities, and use intelligent interfaces and the seamless and are seamless integrated into information network, often communicate data associated with users and their environment. So that is a definition of the IoT. And Internet of Things comprises things that have unique identities and are connected to the internet. In one line you can say this, and if you want to explain this thing, then you can explain this in term of that. So that is the definition. So let's come to the characteristics of the IoT. So dynamics and self-adapting. The IoT systems are dynamic in nature and self-adapting in nature. IoT devices and systems may have the capabilities to dynamically adapt and with the changing context and the action, and they take actions based on their operating conditions, users context and sensed environments. So point is this, that if a IoT system is there, so it must be dynamic, and it should work according to the situation, and we can design the system according to the situation. So these are very dynamic in nature. We have the microcontroller, we have the sensor, which we have the actuators, which can be which can be connected with each other, and these connected devices can be connected to the internet also. These connected devices can be connected to any type of the network which is acceptable by the standard protocols. Self-configuring. So our IoT devices are self-configuring, and because they have the self-configuring capabilities, and so whenever we have any device, we have a if I say for example, if I have an agriculture field, so if it is agriculture field, so if I put my all devices in this agriculture field to measure the humidity and temperature of the soil, so in that case what we can find that we have these all the devices are identical in nature, and all the devices can be self configured. So that is a self configured nature of the devices. Interoperable communication protocols. So what is the problem actually? We have many type of the communication protocols. For example, we have the Bluetooth, we have the Wi-Fi, we have many things, and these protocols need to be we need to exchange the information through these protocols. So for example, if these two devices works on one protocol, these two devices works on one protocol. For example, if they work on Wi-Fi, and if these two protocol works on Zigbee, if this protocol works on Bluetooth, so this is important, that how my data will be transferred. It must be encountered in our problem. So that is the interoperable communication. So let's see what is this. IoT devices may support a number of interoperable communication protocols and can communicate with each other, and also with the infrastructure. So same thing. Unique identity. So I have already told you that we have if agriculture field, and all these nodes are in the agriculture field. So that is important, that these devices must have their unique ID and a unique location, so that we should know that what is from which device the data is coming. Integrated into information network. So IoT devices are usually integrated into the information network that allows them to communicate and exchange data with other devices and systems. So there are two things. One is interoperable. So I have told you that these devices are able to send their data from one position to the another position using some communication protocols. So now if we need to for such kind of the environment where number of protocols of the communication protocols are using for the exchanging of the information, then it is known as integrated into information network. Now next point is physical design of the IoT and things in the IoT. So the things in the IoT usually refers to the IoT device. Okay, so you may know that there is a Node MCU, there is a ESP32, there is Raspberry Pi. So all these devices are examples of IoT devices. IoT devices have unique identities and can perform remote sensing, actuating and monitoring capabilities. So these all things are possible with the IoT devices. IoT devices can exchange data with other connected devices and applications directly or indirectly, or collected data from the other devices. So this IoT device can exchange their data with themselves. Okay, so as I told you that if there is a network of the Zigbee, then they can exchange data between themselves, or they can exchange data from the other than this network. They can exchange data with the other communication protocols. So this happens in the IoT devices. It processes the data either locally or send the data to the centralized server. For that case, I would like to give you an example of one of the IoT device, and it is an Alexa and Google Home. So these has two types of things. So many of you have seen that Google and Alexa. So in that case, either the devices solve the things actually at that point, or they solve the things out of that point, or you can say that this is a server. So there are two things. One, if it will provide the data to the server and then it will be back, then it is a remote collection of the data, and this remote collection of the data is also supported by the IoT device. It processes the data either locally or send the data to the centralized server. So we know that this is also possible using your IoT device. So here you can see these are some blocks which are used for the IoT device. So these are the generic block of IoT and of an IoT device. So here you can find that there is a USB host, RJ45 Ethernet, processor, CPU, HDMI. So what we need to connect, so there is a connectivity, and it may be USB host, or it may be RJ45 or Ethernet for the connectivity. There may be Bluetooth also, there may be Zigbee also. So any type of the connectivity may possible when we talk about the IoT device. So which type of the processor? So whatever the data we collect, for that we need a processing system. So that processor will do that work. Audio video interfaces. So we may need HDMI cables. We need 3.5 mm audio jack. We need some algorithm to process the videos. So that is for the audio video interface in the IoT system. So for that case, the example of the Alexa. Next we will talk about the memory interfaces. So there are NAND norm memories, DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, flash memories. So these type of the memories can be used in that case. Graphics. So you may need to work on the graphics also. Different type of the graphic systems are available. For example, LCD, LED, TFT. So this type of the graphic systems are available, and for that we need a a graphics processing unit. So GPU is your graphics processing unit, which is needed to handle the graphical stages of the IoT system. Storage interfaces. For that you may need SD device, static drive device, memory chip, or SDIO devices for the storage interfaces. UART. So you may need the input-output interfaces for sensors and actuators, etc. UART device, SPI, I2C, and CAN. So these devices are for input-output devices for the interface of the IoT devices. IoT devices varied in types, so it may be wearable sensor, it may be smartwatch, LED lights, automobiles, and industry machines. So these may be any type of the devices are possible in that case, and for every application, IoT device also differs. Almost all IoT devices generate data in some form or the other form, which when processed by the data analytics systems leads to useful information to guide further actions locally or remotely. So for example, your mobile phone is also one of the IoT device, and in that case, whenever you find something, whenever you search for something, then this searching data is stored in the server, and on that server the data is processed, and whenever you need any type whenever you open any type of the browser, then the same thing you will find on your screen. So that is the case for the data processing, and it always happens in the IoT devices. So in my next lecture I will tell you about the about more thing about the IoT protocols, that what are the IoT protocols, and then I will tell you logical designs of the IoT. Thank you for this lecture.